Hello everyone, this is Val from Val's Craft Creations, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial on how to make faux leather. Look at what amazing this, how amazing this look, and who will say that this is paper, the texture, everything feels like the real leather. That's the back, this is the front. This is another lighter version. This is the back. See, this is the front. But I really like this one because this one really feels like it's leather and this is just paper. I'm gonna create a cover for maybe a journal or something. I'm gonna come up with ideas, so you will stay tuned so you can see what I'm gonna be creating with this. So I'm gonna be showing you how to make this faux or fake leather. I have watched a bunch of videos on YouTube, and those were old videos like 5-6 years ago. So I decided to go ahead and make a video. I just I cannot reference to anybody because I watched so many videos. People were using tissue paper. I tried to do the tissue paper, but it was too thin. I didn't like it. It was hard to work with, so I decided not to use that. But people have used that. They have used file folder holders, you know, those green ones that had the prongs like on the top to hold your file folders. They use paper bag. They have used manila folder envelopes, like the ones that you use, the yellow one, to mail. So if you look on YouTube, you will find so many videos about making this with different materials. So this is what I use. For this one, the one that I really like, I use this craft paper cardstock that I found. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. It's cardstock, but it's heavy and it's the craft material, like color. And then for this one, I use this paper bag. I just open it and cut the size, and my size of the paper is the regular size of a copy paper, which is 11 by 8.5. So that's the size that I'm gonna be making. So you're gonna need a paper bag or, you know, a cardstock. I really like this. People use tissue paper. You can also use a vanilla envelope, or a, like I told you, the file folder holders, those green ones. So you can use plenty of stuff, but I'm gonna show you how I use these two materials to make these ones. So let me show you what I used. I used this. I used my regular Mod Podge, the matte color, the matte Mod Podge. And I found this at Hobby Lobby just to give this the color. They also use different material to color their faux leather. I saw people using ink. I saw people using the distress ink from tin holes. I found these gel stains from Americana at Hobby Lobby. They were $1.99 each. This is the walnut color, and this is maple. So I use this one first, and then I cover it in some places with the maple color. And then I went ahead and used my Mod Podge on top of this. I also use wipes. I have a sponge. And I also have a brush. And, you know, it's depending how you want this to look. And I also have a water bottle, because I diluted this a little bit because it's a gel. So let me grab here something to cover my desk, and we will start working on this. Just gonna use my silicone mat here, and let me get my plastic. This is a cutting board from Dollar Tree. They come two in a pack, so I'm gonna use this. And we're gonna start by opening our bag. And this bag, you can find it at Dollar Tree, but this one's I got it at Hobby Lobby. These sacks, they were 99 cents in clearance. So this is the one that I'm gonna use. I also had the one from Dollar Tree. So you can use any paper bag. They also use the larger ones from the store, but this is what I have available for me. So just use whatever you have at home. And I'm just gonna open my bag. And I'm just gonna cut it to the size I want. Just open your paper bag. It doesn't matter if they have this crease because I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do. So I'm just gonna cut this flap here, and then I'm gonna trace my other paper so I can get the same size. Let me grab a pencil here real quick, because I forgot to grab it. And I'm just gonna trace. I'm gonna just use this paper and trace it here and then cut to the size that I want. You just you can cut this 11 by 8.5. It's just your regular copy paper size. Okay, so let me cut my paper. This is a really cool technique. When I saw this, I say I had to try it. So this is not my original idea, but I just wanted to do a tutorial so you can learn. You can also learn. And there were a lot of videos like with a lot of steps. They were kind of, you know, I found them like hard to follow. There were so many steps, and I say, no, I want to find a way to do it, you know, an easier way. So I just got the idea from different tutorials, and then I did my own thing. But they all follow, almost all of them follow the same procedure to start. They just then use different materials to color the paper and some other different things, but I think we can use this idea and it will be, you know, an easier, less steps. So let's start with this one. This one I'm not gonna wet the paper because it's thinner. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna crumble your paper back, and you're gonna do this like maybe 2 or 3 times. So just be careful when you're opening your paper back, not to break it. And then you like stretch it out, and then you will do the same thing again. Like do this like 2, 3, 4 times until you get the you know, the way that you want it, the wrinkles that you want. Okay, so I'm gonna do it one more time. And I cannot press this too hard because my hand hurts, because I tried this on my hands. But I'm gonna try to wrinkle this as much as I can. The other paper will be a little bit difficult. That's why we're gonna use the water bottle to wet the paper. But this one I didn't wet because it's thinner and easier for me to wrinkle, like crumble. Okay, so I think I like this. So I just gonna put this one aside, and we are gonna work on the other paper. And let me show you how this is gonna look. So this is the paper back, and this is, you know, when you start on coloring, it will stretch more. You see the difference? So let's put this one aside, and let's work on this one. This one you have to wet because this is heavy, like heavy cardstock. So I'm gonna wet my paper front and back. And you're gonna wet it 2 or 3 times, you know, every time that you're gonna crumble this, you're gonna wet it. It's gonna be easier. And the fibers of this paper will soak the water, like the water will get into the fibers. And I really like how it turns out. This one better than the paperback, but let me use this because my hands hurt. So let's wet this, and we're gonna crumble this. Should have bring a towel or something to dry this. You see, it's harder for my hands to crumble this, so you have to do it with this paper. You have to do it several times, and be careful when you open it because it's wet. See, it's harder to crumble, but I like the feel of this paper better. Hopefully I don't break it because this is the only one that I had left. I got this at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember if it was for this size. I think it was maybe 69 cents, and I got a half off, and I only got 2. I should have got more, but I want one for my prototype so you can see how it looks, and then one to work on camera. So hopefully I will not break my paper. Okay, so look, it's already starting to feel like leather. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time because I want this more wrinkle. Let me wrinkle this again, just on the corner here. And let me press it better. Okay, and I'm gonna wet it one more time, or maybe a couple more times, until I get, look, it's starting to get, this is more wrinkle. I think I did it 3 times on this one. So let me do it one more time and see if I like it. My hand hurts when I press this paper, but it's okay. Okay, let me make sure my edges wet enough. You're gonna damp it. You're not gonna damp the paper with the water. You're not gonna, you know, it's not gonna be soaking wet, that when you're like wrinkling, all the water is coming out. And plus this kind of paper, the fibers of the paper will suck up your, you know, soak, or I don't know how you say it, will drink. I don't know how to call it, your water. So let me make sure that I crumble this as hard as I can. I think this is good enough. I'm not gonna wet it more. Just gonna go and do this. Let's try to wrinkle this more. I already feel like this is fabric or something. This paper is really amazing. And I think this is just, I don't know if this is cardstock or cardboard, like a thinner version. I don't know, but it's really cool. I think similar to this. I don't know. I feel like this one was more wrinkled. So I'm just gonna, let me wet it one more time. Just a little bit. I don't want it too much water on it. Let's do this one more time. Take my hands, I can, maybe you can press it harder than me, because my hands hurt. You will get a better effect, but I think this is as good as we'll get. And since this one is wet, I'm gonna start with this one, you know, coloring this one. I think that's good enough. I don't want to break my paper. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start coloring our paper while it's wet. I'm gonna start with my walnut. And I found that using the wipe was better to distribute like the paint, the gel on my paper. So I like it better with the wipe, but I'm gonna start, you know, since I'm gonna have some of the gel here on my brush, I'm gonna start with my brush and then I'm gonna go and use my wipe. Just take some of that paint from my brush. And I have my wipe here. Let me get a wetter one, because that one I got it out like half an hour ago because I was trying to do my tutorial, but my daughter was in my room. So I'm just gonna move the paint around. And you're gonna see this coming off, don't worry about it. It's just because the paper is wet. So I felt like my wipe worked better than my brush. So I'm just gonna do this all over my paper. Make sure you get your edges. I also saw people, like, after they painted, they went over with the distress ink and did like a darker color, but I didn't do that. But you can, you know, go over it after, you know, you're done with this. You can get your distress ink and go over it, like, so these creases here will get a different color. But I am happy with how this look, so I didn't do that, but you can try it. And it doesn't matter if your bag get, you know, paint, because if you use it for like a cover or something, I'm gonna cover this with another paper. So for me, it doesn't matter if it gets stained in the back. Because I'm gonna cover it with something else when I do my journal or whatever I'm gonna do with that. Probably gonna do like a journal. I already have like the papers that I want to use. I'm gonna use like a brown tin color, like cream, for my paper inside. Okay, so I'm gonna pour more of my gel. Okay. And you're gonna do the same thing with your paperback, the same technique with the wipe, or if you want to use a brush, that's fine, on a little sponge. My sponge, I'm gonna use it for the Mod Podge, but you can also use that to color your paper. I saw people using sponges, brushes, a lot of stuff. No, this technique is not something new. It was new for me, but not for, you know, YouTube. There was plenty of people, you know, doing this. For me, the wipe helps to move the paint better on the paper, because a person was using something like this, a paper similar to this, and the brush was, you know, peeling the paper like it was before when I started. So I think with the wipe it's more delicate, you won't not peel your paper. I know this is a messy project, but we're almost done with this one, with the first layer of paint. And the second layer is gonna be the other color. Oops, I used the wrong one. Let me, this is the one that I want, the walnut first. So I'm gonna set this one to the side, and I'm gonna do the other one since I have paint here. Okay, I'm gonna put this one aside, and we're gonna work on the other one. Let me clean my area here. Okay, so let's do this one. This one I didn't even wet it too much, just a little bit, just to help my paint move a little bit. With the wipe, you know, it will help. This one, the paint will move better. The paperback is easier to work with, but while you're doing this, you will lose some of the wrinkles more than the other paper. But what I did was, after I'm done painting the paper, I will crumble it one more time. I wanted to show you how it look at both paper looks, so that way you will have options in case you don't find one, you will find the other. A lot of crafters have those these paperbacks at home, since we use it for junk journals and for other stuff. Let me put more paint. Well, the gel stain. Let me make sure that I use the walnut. This to the top so you can see it better. Ugh. Okay. It's a long process while you paint this, but after this you just use the Mod Podge and just leave it to dry. I left it drying overnight, but because I wasn't gonna do anything else with it. But you can dry this with your heat gun if you have a blower, hair blower, or in front of a fan. I usually put it in front of my fan. I did the other one last night and let it dry so I can show you today how it looks. And I really like the final result. So you just keep doing this until you're done, and I'm gonna crumble it again. We are almost done with this one. You see the paper stretch that. We're gonna crumble it again. This is a lighter paper, so put my brush in the other paint. Just gonna make sure that I use all this that I have left here. Make sure you do your edges everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna crumble this again. And I'm gonna clean my space here. I'm just gonna throw this wipe out and I'm gonna use a new one. Look at my hands. So I'm gonna open it carefully. And I'm gonna do it one more time. Just be careful because this one is my lighter paper, so it can break easily. Let me grab a wipe here. Okay, so we're gonna work. I'm gonna place this one aside and we're gonna work with the other color. I'm just gonna clean my hands here real quick. Just a little bit from the other color. It doesn't matter really, but okay, so we're gonna use the other color. Let me put some water. And this one, I'm just gonna go over it a little bit with my brush, and then I'm gonna use my wipe again. But this one I'm gonna do different, like that. Just so it isn't, you know, I'm gonna go all over it, but I don't want it like everywhere. No, I want it everywhere. Let me see how I explain this. But not as deep as the other one. Because this is gonna be like an accent. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with my wipe and do this. And just do this, no, all over. Some places I want more, and some places I want less. Like, as you can see, there's some places that my paper is showing more than others. So there, I'm gonna cover it with this color. This is an easy technique. You just have to be patient and do it when you're gonna have time to work it. Okay, so we're gonna do this here. Okay, so I'm gonna go over it again with what I have left there and my wipe, and then this one is ready. My corner there. Okay, so this one is ready, and I'm gonna put it aside so we will do the last step, which is the Mod Podge. That's the way it look. Let me show you with the other one. See, this is the way it's gonna look after you put the Mod Podge and it's dry. Let's remove some of the paint. Okay, so I'm gonna place this one aside and we're gonna work on the other one. Let me move my walnut out of the way, and we're gonna use the maple. And people use different technique for this. This is the one that worked for me and give me the finished look that I want. Some people use the burnt sienna and mocha and different browns. The burnt sienna is more reddish, like than this one that I'm using. Like, it's more red. So depending of the finish look that you want to have. Some people can use like color, like green, blues. You know, leather comes in different colors. So let me wet my paper just a little bit. You can use acrylic paint, the distress ink, upside ink, from tin holes. You can use archival ink, different inks like brown and maybe a reddish red color. So you can use whatever you have at home. It will be the same technique. Doesn't matter what paint you use, you know, to color your paper. Just trying to get on those creases that's still showing the color of the paperback. Try these edges. I think what give it the final touch to the leather look is the Mod Podge. Not everybody use Mod Podge, but I saw several videos where they use it, and I like how it look better. So that's why I use the Mod Podge. My corner here. It's kind of dry. Okay, I think I like the way it looks. So we're gonna do now our Mod Podge here in this corner. Let me put some on this edge here. Okay, I think that's good enough. I like it. So let me put it to the side. Let me clean my area, my work area. And now we're gonna work with the Mod Podge. Just gonna move my other two pieces here for now. And let me grab some more wipes just to have it handy here and clean my hands for a moment. Stain of those stain gel even under my nails, but that's fine. So let's move to the Mod Podge. So I'm done with the stains, so I'm gonna put them aside. Just gonna drop some of my Mod Podge there because I want to put some water so it move better. Let's start with this one. I'm just gonna do it like this to go like so my creases get Mod Podge too, you know, go in those creases. And I don't want to move my paint too much, so that's the way that worked better for me, like going with your sponge like this. And don't worry, because the Mod Podge will dry clear, so it's gonna look white now. And this way, you see, you can see that there's some of the paint there. That way you won't you know, transfer the paint to your Mod Podge bottle. And you're just gonna go all the way, you know, around, and this is the last step. And after this, you just let it dry. So this is a easy technique. You know, there was people doing it too complicated for me. So I just pick some idea from everybody, like what I like, and I make it my own. But if you want to see other techniques, just, you know, search for leather tutorial, and you will see plenty of different techniques. And you can pick the one that works better for you. Or you can do like me. I got several ideas and combine them, you know, to make it easier for me. Gonna go over it like this just to make sure that my push is everywhere. At first I go like this, like my brush is straight down, and then I will go like this when I'm done with my area. I don't want to rub it in like this, because I don't want to, on this one at least, I don't want to move like the fibers, like scratch it too much, and then I will lose some of the paper, or maybe I will make a hole on my paper, because this one is wet a lot. So this way it take longer, but it will you won't break your paper as easily. Well, you still can break it, but not as easily as if you go like this, you know what I mean, just patch it. That's what I don't want to do. So let me be careful. Since I'm gonna have two each, you will find, maybe we'll see some projects using this paper, this faux leather. So you're gonna go all the way down and around your paper. And then just let it dry. We're almost done with this one. This project will probably get you, will take you like an hour to do two. But if you do only one, probably will take like a half an hour, maybe. We're almost done with the first one. I know I can do the second one off camera, but I want to show you, since depending on what you use, but it's the same technique. But like I always tell you, I like to show you the process. Okay, so we're done with the first one. Just gonna go ahead and move it out of the way. Let it dry. So let me just a second, let me put it to the side. And let's work on the other one, and we will be done with this project. Just water this down. You can also use it just as it is. You don't have to water it down, but I like it better like that because I can move it better. And you see this one is so light, so different than the other one. The other one is so heavy, you can, it's surreal how it felt, like the actual leather. This one is more like a lighter version. And this one dry quicker than the other one, because I just use just a little bit of water, not as much as the other paper. But the other paper you need to damp it, because if not, it's harder to work with. But you can try it with less water and see. But since I'm not gonna do any project today with them, I can leave them dry overnight. Just gonna make sure that I go all the way to my edges. Pretty sure you can do pockets with this. You can do envelopes, pouches, journal covers. What else? What else would you use this for? So you wanna leave a comment below and let me know what would you use this for that I haven't mentioned. Just love to read your comments. I usually answer them as soon as I see them. So if I'm not that busy doing something else, but I always try to answer your comments as soon as I see them, because sometimes I'm forgetful and I don't want to, I like to answer all my comments. So if you want to leave a comment below, I will read it and make sure to answer any of your questions, or I will always leave a comment on your comment. So, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I always repeat it, but do so today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. You're new to my channel and you just find my channel, please subscribe. And thank you for watching my videos. And for my older subscriber, thank you for your support and always watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you want to receive notifications from YouTube every time I upload a video, don't forget to hit that notification bell. And that way you will not miss any of my videos. I usually announce on my Facebook group or my Facebook page every time that I'm gonna upload a video. Sometimes YouTube take long to upload the video, so I just take a picture of my project and then I will upload it to my Facebook page and my Facebook group and let you know that a video will be uploading soon. Because sometimes I notice that YouTube don't notify people, but don't forget to hit that notification bell. Okay, we're almost, this one is easier because it's smoother, so it's easier to use the Mod Podge and quicker. The other one take longer because it's heavier. The paper is thicker and heavier than this one. This is just a paperback, but we are almost done. making sure that I go all the way to my edges. And we're almost done, and we are 55 minutes into the video, into the recording, so it probably take like an hour to finish 2 of this. And maybe if you use only paperback, then it will be maybe less time. So we are almost done. There, we are done with this one. Right now you cannot see anything, but this is the way it look on the back. Let me see if I can show you a little bit there. So I'm gonna put this one aside too, so we can move it out of the way. Sorry for leaving you alone there, but I'm here. So let me clean my area so I can show you the other 2 again, so you will see what you will get. I like to use this because it's easier to clean. You can reuse it. You will not damage your surface, your work surface. And I got this at Dollar Tree on the kitchen section. It's a cutting board. It's plastic, easy to clean. So let me put this out of the way and clean this. Okay, so let me show you the other 2 before we end this this mat. I got it Amazon. I just Google I just searched for craft mats and I got that one. Okay, so this is our paper bag. This is the way it's gonna look. This is the back and this is the front. And I was thinking to do something like a journal with a flap like this, with this one. Maybe an envelope, a pouch, something, but this is my idea for this. And then this is the other heavier paper. I really love this one. And this one will be maybe a journal cover like this. I would not make it like a thick journal. I will do something maybe like a pamphlet or something. So this is it for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and that will help my videos to be, you know, recommended by YouTube to other people. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for visiting my channel. I see you in the next video. Happy crafting, everyone.